Hey traders, Jason here from Levitt Brothers. So it's been a good month. Okay, August wasn't so good, kind of challenging, but September, despite the historical tendencies, has been a solid month for trading. A lot of good setups, a lot of opportunities to take on a little bit of size and push. Overall, the price action has been pretty orderly, pretty simple, completely lacking of any type of drama. So I'm going to go through some of the trades. It gives you an idea of how we operate, the types of setups we trade, how we manage them, all that stuff. All right, so let's get into them. All right, so here's AAOI. Okay, and you can see it came out of a base here, little head and shoulder base, came out just below 10, ran up, consolidated for a little bit more than a week, broke out, consolidated again, and then today hit its target. Okay, so we had this as a breakout both coming out of the base and then as a continuation play up here at 13. Our first target was 16, got hit today. Nice move, almost 20%. Our second target is up here at 19. We'll see how that goes. Next up, Amazon. Amazon's been, it's been like a little bit of a herky-jerky stock. It doesn't move as smoothly as some of the other mega cap tech names. Lots of overlapping candles here, lots of grinding action. A lot of instances where you could look at the price and say, hey, it's unchanged over the last month, 2 months and such. So anyways, coming out of this carry trade low here, it moved up, got a little bit squeezed by converging trend lines, broke out at 180. Our target was 190, which got hit last week. Our second target is 200. We'll see how that goes. It's become a relatively slow mover, so unless you get an opportunity to buy like a big dip, my upside expectations are pretty muted. Chipotle, this is a new trade for us, came out of a base at 57. It's been consolidating for the last 6-7 days. You can see our target up here at 64. We'll see how things go. Right now it's being supported both by the old resistance level at 57 and the 8 EMA. And we'll see. Maybe it breaks out and goes. Maybe it drops and stops us out for a small loss. But so far it's acting fairly well, and there's no reason to micromanage the position. CPNG doing really well overall. Kind of gappy, lots of overlapping candles, some big candles, some small candles. So I don't think the price action is very smooth, but overall it gets the job done. It rallied up here. You can see this is almost a double, consolidated for several months. Slid through resistance. Okay, instead of breaking out with huge volume and putting some separation between itself and resistance, it just kind of slid through resistance. But overall, it's doing well. Just trail it with a stop for now. Duolingo has been a runner for us. Wide-ranging stock, huge moves both directions, gaps in both directions. Big candles, mostly, some small candles, but you can see it rallied up, consolidated here, like a little bit of a falling wedge for a couple weeks, broke out and ran. I thought this 250 price target was a little ambitious, and as you can see, it went right through the target and went to 270. Every once in a while, you get a runner. Is it luck? I guess you can call it luck, but if you play good stocks under the right conditions, then every once in a while you get lucky, and that's part of trading. Five Below came out of a little bit of a base here. My target here up was at 106.5. It didn't get there. This pullback is an acceptable pullback for a stock that's trying to reverse and start an uptrend. For some traders, they would just get out. Okay, they would see this nice little run here. We got lots of up like 7 out of 8 days, and they're not going to tolerate much of a move down. Other traders will back away and say, hey, we filled the gap. That's the first step. Now let it do some backing and filling, and we'll hold our position. So how you manage it is going to be purely based on you. Some traders are going to be quicker to take profits within a week or so. Others will want to stand back and see if they can give it some time. Both work just great. What doesn't work is when you try and flip back and forth between those two. Fastly, this is a new setup for us. You can see a little double bottom here, ran up, pretty good volume here. At least it was steady, now consolidating in a little wedge pattern. First target 8.5, second target 9.5. This one has not triggered yet. Forward Air, slow mover, not exciting, but gets the job done. It was a breakout here just above 28, moved up, consolidated in a really yucky range, 4-point range with a lot of overlapping candles instead of, I prefer like free-flowing price action like this, and this is just kind of grinding price action. But it moved through resistance at 34. My target right now is 40, and that's still in play because the stock is acting just fine. Global Payments, you can see came out of a base here at 105, consolidated for a few weeks, moved up, came back down, and then today got a big boost for those who are still in it. Me personally, I'm not in it. I don't have the patience to sit in a stock that just goes nowhere for too long. It's too distracting, and I'd rather have cash sitting around waiting for a really good opportunity than to have it kind of trapped in a stock that's just not doing anything. So I did not participate in today's move, but for Levitt Brothers members who sat tight, maybe they noticed the 21 acting as support both there and there. They figured I'm just going to hold tight, see what happens because the market's doing fairly well overall. They were rewarded today. Target right now is 120. Li Auto. So we noticed the China stocks doing better. Nice base here. I posted this, on Twitter, I think last week. You can see it broke out yesterday, followed through today. Price target up at 26, as you can see. Melly has done really well. You can see moved up, traded sideways, moved up, traded sideways, broke out at 2050. My price target's like up here at I think 2350. So stock's doing well, orderly. It is up a lot. So, as the first breakout, you get the first move and then it consolidates and you get another breakout and it moves and you get another breakout, and each breakout you get decreases the odds that it's going to keep going up. At some point in time, it's just going to rest. So we'll see how it goes. This one you can trail with a stop. Microsoft, mini double bottom, boom, boom, breaks out through trendline resistance, runs up. My price target up here at 450 was not hit, and we got enough of a pullback here to stop us out. So not bad, not terrible, nothing special. A lot of these big mega caps have gotten so big that they're better bought on dips after big moves rather than playing momentum plays because they don't move that fast anymore. But anyways, Microsoft was a decent trade. Hey, sometimes it'll go to the target, sometimes not. You don't have any idea what's going to happen, so your job is just to play it and see what happens. Paycom Software came out of a little bit of a base here at 165. You can see my target at 178. It's no reason to sell yet. It's working. Lots of overlapping candles, which again I hate. I'd rather have free-flowing price action where stocks build on the previous day's gains or losses rather than overlapping with them a lot. But anyways, this one's doing all right. Portillo's rallied up, falling wedge, broke out, did well. You can see my price target at 14.5. This is enough of a pullback that a shorter-term trader is going to get out. A longer-term trader is going to try and give it every opportunity to work out. Again, both management styles work great, but it's unlikely you'll be able to flip back and forth between them. Most traders just aren't that good. Continuing the restaurant theme, you got Papa John's came out of a base here. We were playing it out of this breakout because I like the nice rounded bottom pattern. Had some nice volume over here. Came out, consolidated, moved up, consolidated again, moved up, and now it looks like we're consolidating once again. But anyways, good overall price action forming. This looks like the right side of a big bull pattern. It's acting well. Like some of the other stocks, this pullback here from 54 down to 50 would be enough to stop out some shorter-term traders. But if you're a longer-term swing trader and you're thinking, hey, you look at the 21 was resistance there, resistance there, resistance there, resistance there. Then the stock traded above and below the 21. It kind of gives you an idea that the tide may be turning. Then support at the 21, support at the 21. So you could justify putting in a stop at the 21 or below the 21 and giving it every opportunity to work out. That's legit. You can do that. Okay. You give back some profits sometimes, but you leave yourself open to a much bigger gain. And all you need is one big gain once in a while to really make up the difference. Reddit, sloppy mover. Most of these candles are 5-6 points in size. They're huge, which I hate. 10% moves in a day, that's not my cup of tea, plus all these overlapping candles. Anyways, we had this as a breakout coming out over 60. My target was 67.5. You can see pretty much moved there. Now it's in consolidation pattern right here, so it looks like another breakout might be brewing for a run much higher. Couple more here. SGML broke out here just above 11.5. Volume not that great except for this gap up day. Nothing special. You got a ton of overhead supply over here, so I'm not expecting any miracles. I would, 13 may act as a resistance level. I have my target at 14, which is a measured move. That might be too much to ask. It's the type of stock that I'd probably err on the side of taking profits too soon rather than too late. SMR has been good to us. It's become an old friend. We played it over here, came here, double bottom. After a big drop, double bottom, broke out there, moved up, consolidate, moved up. And as you can see, it's doing very well right now. Market does well. 13 should get hit, again, with the asterisk that the market has to do well, and then probably going higher than that as long as the market continues to support it. Unity Software came out of a base, as you can see. 18 hit its target today at 22. This stock was a high flyer, fell on bad times, has been very, very weak for a long time, but finally it looks like we got a head and shoulder bottom here, broke out, volume, everything looks good for like a reversal of the long-term downtrend, and maybe, market acts well, we're probably moving up to here. So even though our first target's hit, let's look for a pullback, maybe get scooped up by the 21. We can play it again for a move up into the mid-20s, maybe high 20s. And last one, another China stock. You can see YUMC, Yum China, gapped, grinded in a range for a really long time, and then slid through to the new high, and then momentum started building. And then today, with all China stocks being up today, stock's done really well. Okay, so this gives you an idea of how we trade. Simple price charts, not too cluttered up, just bar charts, volume, couple indicators, couple things I look at behind the scenes that I don't post in the charts. Just simple chart patterns, just looking for, under good times, I'm just looking for like 5, 10, 15% moves. Actually, under so-so times, looking for 5, 10, 15% moves. Under good times, I'm looking for more like 20, 30, 40% moves. I'm looking for stocks that are alive, have some momentum, can really move. I don't really trade, boring stocks that don't move. So anyways, this gives you an idea of how we operate, kind of stocks we trade, what we look for, and hopefully you get something out of this. You can take any of these trades, reverse engineer them, funnel them through your own system, see if having ideas like this presented to you every week would help with your own trading. All right, we'll see you next time.